First and foremost, want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Wakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well. Salutation to the elect, the hopeful elect. Salutation to the Akim, preaching the truth with sincerity. Present your bodies as living sacrifice. Shalom to the few sisters listening or in the silence. Mashiach from the camp, Children of the Light. Back at you with another one. And today, we on Moab ass. Let's listen first.
Businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well.
Go ahead and reload this real quick so it starts from the beginning so we don't miss nothing.
Boycott Asian businesses. Please do. We'll get rid of the Chinese takeout, the dry cleaners, the laundromats. Let's get rid of the liquor stores as well. Get rid of the Jordans you guys wear, the Nikes you wear, the shower caps.
I can't believe he said get rid of the liquor stores. Like, you get what I'm saying? Getting rid of the liquor stores would be a positive thing. Getting rid of those Chinese takeout places from the black communities, that would be a positive thing. But, because a lot of their products and ingredients that they make at these Chinese restaurants include soy. Soy boosts estrogen in the body and decreases testosterone, right? So our young black men don't be needing that. And just real quick, let's see what estrogen. What does let's do this. Does soy increase estrogen levels? Okay. It says no, soy does not increase human estrogen levels. While soy contains isoflavones, plant compound known as phytoestrogens that are structurally similar to human estrogen. They are much weaker and act entirely different in the body. Okay, so let's read that again. It says soy does not increase human estrogen levels, but it contains a plant compound known as phytoestrogen. Okay, and it's structurally similar to human estrogen. It's just weaker. So let's put a couple things together, man. If soy contains compounds that has a similar chemical effect to estrogen in the body, and anything you eat, right, your body consumes. So you consume it externally, but you're saying it doesn't. There's just another game that Esau plays. Okay? Just another game that Esau plays. But we do know that soy does increase estrogen in the body. Okay? So, but again, don't take my word from it. Everybody do your own research. We know Esau gonna always try to cover his end, right? And we know that they do update this in real time, right? If you ever seen the movie, what's it called? Is it Fahrenheit 451 or something like that? You need to go watch that movie. Okay. You know what? I don't even think that's the right one. I can't spell Fahrenheit. Okay, it is. It is called Fahrenheit 451. Basically, go watch this movie and you can see what Esau does in real time when he's changing information, when he's pumping out disinformation, right? So, but let's go ahead and get back to it. So yeah, actually you can take that bullshit out of the so-called black community, because all you're doing is just poisoning the Lord's people with it, and they poison themselves consuming that crap.
The Hondas, the Hyundais, all your car electricians, the electronics in your house, the Sony, the TV system, your sound system, the microphones that you guys use to rap and speak about awareness for the black culture and the hip.
And right now, see, he's being condescending, right? And he's making a mockery of it, right? He did everything but use air quotes right here, right? Going just to show how prideful Moab is.
Pop culture. Where do you think that's made in? That's made all in Asia. And here's another thing for you guys. You guys want us to leave the neighborhood so bad? Oh, Asian people are in our neighborhoods. We're in white neighborhoods. We have our own Chinatown. We have our own Koreatown. You think we really need you guys to benefit off and make money?
And the only reason why these people are awarded their Chinatown and their Koreatown is because they are Esau's lapdog. It's no secret that, the so-called Asian people, Moab, they call them honorary whites, right? These people kiss Esau's ass, the white man ass, probably more than anybody else because they want to be like them so bad. That's why their women go and date and marry white men, right? They women don't even like them. The Asian man is the least desirable man on the planet. But we know who the most desirable is. Jake, the Israelite man, right? The so-called, I'm not the so-called, but the Judite man that this guy is mocking, right? Okay.
A lot of us do go to college as well. You're being outworked by immigrants who barely speak English, and you're not embarrassed? Go to the
And there's nothing to be embarrassed about. And again, because the only reason why you're able to have this advantage over Jake, over the Lord's people, is because the Lord's people is under curses. So let's go ahead and get right into that. And I got some scriptures pulled up already. So this is Deuteronomy 28, start at verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. That's right, man. That's why, these Asians are able to come into so-called black and brown neighborhoods and open up grocery stores, restaurants, open up these beauty supply stores, and all of these other type of mom and pop businesses, right? See, that is the example of the stranger that is within thee shall get above thee. Because you go to the banks and we all know systematic racism is real. When they go into these banks for these loans, they're going to throw that money at them. And they're going to teach them all of the tax write-offs they can use, all of the tricks, all of the grants that they can apply for. And we know systematically that this is designed, right, to keep that, to keep the financial shackles on Judah, man, in these areas, right? I mean, not just Judah, black and brown communities, right? Judah and Ephraim. But we know primarily this happens in the so-called black community, right? And that's because we are, we under curses, man, that these people are able to come into our community and accumulate wealth and achieve a higher structure. I mean, social status, send their children off to college and retire and buy houses and then open up more businesses. We know that. He shall lend to thee and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head and thou shalt be the tail. And these are talking about Esau, right? Ultimately, it's talking about Esau, but these other nations have benefited from that because they are in league with Esau. It goes into that crafty counsel. And that's why you have, Ishmaelites can come into the black community. Indians come to the black community and they can open up liquor stores as well, right? They can open up check cash and businesses in the hood. Okay, that's why this guy's able to be boastful that he's outworking us. No, you're not outworking us, man. This system is just designed to favor you, right? And that's because you are in leagues with Esau. You are in league with Satan, right? And the devil, right? That old deceiver, accuser of thy brethren, right? So let's go to Psalms 83, the crafty counsel, because these other nations are in league with Esau and they benefit. Although Esau has all nations under subjection, at the bottom, right, is the Israelites, the Lord's people who they persecute, right? So this is Psalms 83, according to that crafty counsel. A song of Psalms of Asaph. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace and be not still, O God. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. That's right, man. All of the nations came together in agreement with a single purpose, right? Of consulting against thy hidden ones. Who are thy hidden ones? The Lord's people, man. Right? Why are they hidden? Because they've been scattered amongst the heathens all over the world, and their true identities have been taken from them. They don't even know who they are, right? And they consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, "Come and let us cut them off from being a nation." Right? You're not a nation. That's why you're not an Israelite. That's why you black. You a color, man. You are devoid of light. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And it's not in remembrance because you everything but an Israelite. And you not a nation. There's no such thing as the black nation. Where the fuck is your landmark at? Okay. For they have consulted together with one consent. They came together with one consent, right? And that's to continue persecution of the Lord's people, man. Making sure that you stay in disarray, that you stay in a trodden down, hopeless state, so that this guy could bring his stupid ass on here and be prideful and boastful to say that he's outworking you. No, man, you're not outworking. You just receiving more favoritism from the devil, man. Goofy. Okay. And so now let's see who are, and so now verse 6 on down goes into the other nations that are in league. The tabernacles of Edom, which is Esau, so-called white man, and the Ishmaelites, so-called Arabs and Indians, and of Moab, right? Who was this guy? Right? See, man, all these nations came in league together. And we know over here in America, Babylon the Great, spiritually Egypt, Babylon the Great, all of these places. These guys are able to benefit off of that friendship that they have, man, off of that confederacy they have, and they can go right. They could come over here not even speaking English, but somehow they have all of the resources, right? And Judah has you've been in that community for 4 generations, and you can't figure out how the hell did they get off a boat with no money, but they got a loan. They ain't got no credit, no work history, can't speak English, but somehow they got approved for a loan, open up a business to sell you and your children processed foods and pork rinds and sugar and all kind of poison for 4 generations on down. Right? Right. Okay. Proud, boastful motherfucker. And it's that way for a reason. So let me jump to no, not this one. Judges 2. Right? And again, man, these curses are upon us, and these other nations are able to do so because we went off. See, the Lord has empowered these people to be able to do this, and it's for a purpose, right? It's not all, it's like all hope is lost. It's for a purpose, right? So this is Judge, I'm gonna start at 2:20. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he said, because that this people have transgressed my covenant, which I commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice. Right? So, in the ancient world, the Israelites were going off, and they were going off today. Because if you go back to Deuteronomy, I believe the 7th chapter, I just want to make sure it's the 7th chapter. I'm not gonna go all the way into it. Right. It's the 7th chapter. You can read it for yourself later. Start at 1 and go down to 6. You can read that for yourself. But right, what the Lord commanded, right? So the Lord commanded the children of Israel after the Exodus, after they was delivered from Egypt. He commanded that when he delivered them the promised land, which is the land of Canaan, the Lord told them to go and get rid of the other nations that was on that land, because the Lord did not want his people. He did not want his people mixing and mingling with the other people, with the heathen nations that were there. All of the Canaanites there. So the Lord gave instructions to the Israelites to utterly destroy them people and claim their land. Because to be holy means to be separate. Right? See, the Lord don't want mixing and mingling of his fruit. He like his fruit to stay pure and separated. That's why the scriptures tell you don't eat the mingled seed. Okay? And Israel didn't do that. They did not utterly destroy all the other nations. So the Lord says, I will also not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Joshua left, because Joshua left some nations that he didn't fully destroy them all. That through them I may prove Israel. That's right. So that through the other nations, the Lord may prove us to be worthy. See, these other nations, the Lord have set them up to be a thorn in our side. Right? For that purpose, for that reason, to prove us. So, it's for a reason, but it's not because those people are better than us, because they are not. Right? Because, you got you got Judah growing up in the hood, growing up on pork rinds and processed sugar, and the motherfucker grew up to be LeBron James. But these motherfuckers getting full nutritionist meals, hydrated meals every day, and not going hungry, full 8 hours of sleep, and and these got in custom beds, right? And we still cannot perform them. You got car mechanics in the hood that learn how to work on cars from their daddy that's better than these school taught motherfuckers. Right? Niggas in the kitchen with no culinary experiences probably can outcook any of these chefs. Right? Come on, man. These other people can't really fuck with us. But don't worry about it. And in the kingdom, everything gonna be set right. All right? Right. And because Moab, they proud as hell, man. Proud ass people. Don't worry about it though. So this is Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 8. I have heard the reproach of Moab, right? And the reverence of the children of Ammon, whereby they have reproached my people and magnified themselves against their border. As this guy, right? Magnifying himself against the children of Israel. Furthermore, you come into these communities and get rich off the despair of these people and then magnify yourself, right? Going back into magnifying yourself at their borders. I'm just making it relatable in modern times. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom. That's right, he's going to destroy Moab. And the children of Ammon as Gomorrah, going to destroy that motherfucker too. Right? Because just as, the Lord promised to, destroy America and make it desolate, man, he's going to destroy Moab too. Even the breeding pits of nettles and salt pits and a perpetual desolation. The residue of my people shall spoil them. That's right, man. The elect gonna take you motherfuckers into slavery, man. And the remnant of my people shall possess them. So like him. The elect, they gonna put you motherfuckers to the slaughter. Right? And then the rest of you motherfuckers, we gonna possess you, man, the kingdom. Come on, man, put your ass to work. This shall they have for their pride, because they have reproached and magnified themselves against the people of the Lord of hosts. Exactly what this dickhead is doing. This dick face is doing.
Bank, start your own businesses, and deal with your own people. I want to see your own women get on their hands and knees and do pedicures and manicures and deal with nasty ass attitudes, okay? Please, boycott Asian business. I'm all for it.
Right, because he think there's nothing that we can possibly do to him. That's how prideful he is, and he sound like Esau, because that's who his daddy is. Esau, the devil, man. Right, honorary whites. That's what the fuck they are. All right. From here, I want to jump Isaiah 16. All right. Again, going into pride of Moab. We have heard of the pride of Moab. He is very proud, even of his haughtiness and his pride and his wrath. But his lies shall not be so. Therefore shall Moab howl for Moab. Everyone shall howl for the foundations of Kirharsheth shall ye mourn. Surely they are stricken. That's right, man. For your proud and your boasting, your ass gonna get destroyed, man. Because you want to make a mockery of the Lord's people, right? All right, ass face. All right, and got one more. Going Jeremiah 48. That's not what I wanted. 48. Okay, here we are. Okay, yeah. 48:29. We have heard the pride of Moab. He is exceeding proud. His loftiness and his arrogancy and his pride and the haughtiness of his heart. I know his wrath, saith the Lord, but it shall not be so. His lies shall not so affect it. Therefore will I howl for Moab and will cry out for Moab. My heart shall mourn for the men of Kirheres. But let me make sure I'm moving real fast. Make sure I hit the point as if tonight. I did. Okay, yeah, But yeah, man, that's all I want to touch on for this lesson, man, because Moab is proud, man. But shit, he's the least desirable man. A man on the planet. His own woman don't want to fuck with him, man. And he's envious because they will damn sure try to borrow the black culture. They want to dance and rap and dress like us and talk like us, and you get what I'm saying, because of the flavor, because of the salt. But then you come on here and you do this, and this how a lot of they ass think. And you think they your friend, and you go on, and when your kids go on they stores, they got to leave their backpacks at the door, and they watch them. You get what I'm saying? The same shit they did in what, Men's Society, when old dog smoked them, right? Because I feel sorry for your mother. Yeah, man. But I'm just gonna leave it at that and say shalom, shalom. Until next time, Kwam Yasharala.